So this notation is saying find the x values that makes your y equal negative 12. So plug in negative 12 right here. That's what the notation says. G of x is equal to negative 12. So I replace g of x with negative 12. Okay, now we've got to solve this equation. And it's good to recognize that x has 2 as the highest power, so this is quadratic. So we like to set quadratics equal to 0. So I'm going to add 12 to both sides. Okay, and to solve this quadratic, you could use the quadratic formula, or you could factor. I think it's factorable. Let's see. Maybe it isn't. To do the factoring method, you'd multiply the leading coefficient and the last number. 11 times 12 makes 132. And your goal is to find two numbers that multiply to be 132 but add up to be 28. So I'm going to play around with some numbers, see if I can guess it. 132 divided by 10. No, that's obviously not going to work. 132 divided by 9 maybe? No, 132 divided by 7. 132 divided by 6. I think I found it. 6 times 22 makes 132. 6 plus 22 makes 28. So we can rewrite this middle term. Instead of saying plus 28x, we can say plus 6x plus 22x. That's the whole reason for picking that special pair, because now if you factor by grouping, you'll have this quadratic factored. The only thing you can take out of these two terms is an x. And then over here, the only thing you can take out of both of those, it looks like a 2. So if I divide 22x by 2, I get 11x. And if I divide 12 by 2, I get 6. So there's two parentheses that are the same, so I can factor out the 11x plus 6, and I'm left with x plus 2. Right? This is like a number. I factored it, that number's in both those terms, so I factored out that number, and I was left with x plus 2. And the whole point of the factoring method is that you can set each factor piece equal to 0, because if this equals 0, 0 will distribute and make that equal 0. So you got 11x plus 6 equals 0. And when you solve that equation, you get x is negative 6 over 11. And then over here, you've got x plus 2 equals 0. And then when we solve that equation, you get x equals negative 2.